Okay, so what day is it?
St. Patrick's Day 2021. As per the green, she's given up.
I
on the
wore
green
green
today.
earlier. I don't have my clothes because my clothes are in Japan and we are not.
Where we aren't.
Yeah, so I don't have anything besides warm weather or warm clothes. So for cold weather. So I don't have warm weather clothes. So it's been a hot minute since we recorded last. And the last time we recorded, we were in Rhode Island. So let's fill in, I guess, this time span between, was it January and now the middle of March. The last time we filmed, we had just gotten out of the doctor's office. This was a long time ago that we filmed. We filmed a little bit on our way down to Jacksonville, like the road trip, but like most of the driving was in the dark and it just kind of was a mess, so yeah.
So, yeah, we were in limbo for a very long time, just waiting for the paperwork to actually come back from Japan, and they actually signed off on me not going there. So that took a very long time. And then finally everything got signed off, and then my detailer asked me where I'd like to go, and if you've watched anything from the previous videos, you know exactly where I asked to go. And turns out there was a spot available on the ship in Mayport, and I pushed really hard to just get going because we were tired of being in Rhode Island, and here we are.
Yeah.
That's about the recap.
Yeah, we got a lot done in less than a week, and we were able to back up, come down here. The first day we were down here, we hadn't even been in town for a couple hours, and we decided to go looking for homes. And we looked at a bunch of different homes, and it felt very depressing. Like we weren't finding a lot of very good options, and it felt like all of the things we were finding were actually bad. It wasn't even like they were okay, like they were bad. And so after finding one that was just atrocious, like as soon as, like, we didn't even really walk in, it was awful. Joe looked up on the app or whatever he had and found this home that we're now in, and they were remodeling it currently. They didn't have any pictures up except for the outside, and he was like, well, we're in the neighborhood, we might as well just try it. And it's like, okay, yeah. And as soon as we walked in, like, I knew, I was like, this is the home. And then he got that feeling too a few minutes later, and it was just like, yep, like this is where God wants us. So we will do like a house tour once it's more put together, because we're still trying to figure out like decorations and all of that, and a lot of our stuff is in Japan right now. Or is it on the way yet?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It comes here in May.
So it's somewhere on a ship on the way to us. So we don't have a lot of our stuff, but once that's here and we're able to do some more decorating, we will do like a walk-through house tour. This is the third part of a 3-part series, like titled We're Not Going to Japan, and it's on my the third part. We have spent, what, 3.5 months doing this?
Yeah.
It feels kind of surreal to be kind of done with it. Like, it's really weird. It was really weird editing the first portion, like last week. It was super weird. Like, wow, we filmed this so long ago, and we're here. You know, I was sitting at our kitchen table listening to us from 2 or 3 months ago talking about how we didn't know how God was going to do it, but we were going to Jacksonville, not Japan. And it's just like, it was weird watching that because it was just so long ago, and it's like, wow, like we went through a lot, and like a lot of things just it was a hard thing, but it grew us a lot in a lot of ways. And what was the greatest takeaway from this entire situation? Like, what was the thing that you learned, or like how do you feel like you grew, or advice for other people? Or
the greatest takeaway would be trust. And if God tells you he's going to do something, trust that he's going to do it. That's the long and short of it.
Yeah. Yeah, and we're actually hearing a sermon series about Abraham's trust when he was told that he was going to have a son, and how his wife laughed at it and was like, that's not possible. And it's like, wow, like we've been through that, like we can feel that, and it's really cool to see everything that's come together from our trust. And so yeah, these have been really long videos. I think this will be the shortest one. So you are a trooper if you stayed and watched all 3 of them, but we appreciate you guys, and thank you guys so much for, especially those of you who knew about this during the time, for praying for us and for sending us messages and encouragement. Like, you don't know how much that means to us and meant to us. You guys are amazing. So we hope that this video was encouraging or uplifting or maybe strengthened your faith some. It certainly did for both of us. So anyway, guys,
if you didn't watch the first video, go back and watch it, because she worked so hard on it, and they're like, what, 127 cuts?
Yeah.
Go back and watch it.
It was a lot of work. It was a lot of work, but it was worth it. I'm glad we did it. I'm glad we did it at the time instead of like now doing it, because it just means so much more to look back and be like, wow, we were in Rhode Island as we were recording that, like where your orders still said we're going to Japan, and everyone was telling us that we were still going to Japan. And you know, I think that was like one of my bigger takeaways at the time, not now, but like at the time especially, is it was like, wow, like everybody's saying that we're still going. How is this working? And it's like, well, God doesn't need multiple shots or multiple opportunities to get somebody to say we're not going. He only needs one. And there's only one time that actually mattered. And that was the final appointment. And the final appointment is when we were told, like, oh, actually, yeah, I'll sign you off. You don't have to go, like, type of thing. Like, it only took one time. God didn't need backups. He didn't need like, oh, well, in case that person doesn't do it, you'll have another shot. Like, he really tested our faith. Like that day, it was hard. Like, still thinking about sitting in that office with the doctor where he's talking about like, oh, you're young, of course you want to go to Japan. It's like, that was a trip, but I'm very, very thankful that we went through that. And we've been through a lot in our marriage, and a lot more than, you know, we'll probably ever talk about or be able to talk about. And it's grown us, and we're very thankful for it. So anyway, all that to say, we hope that this encouraged you or strengthened your faith or whatever, and comment down below if it did. But we really just wanted this to be an encouragement and to show God's power and grace through everything, and how much he worked through all of the thousands of details to get us here. So all right, guys, well, thank you so much for watching this video, and we hope and pray that it just really fed your soul. I guess that it really just helped you guys and blessed you in as many ways as it blessed us, even to just make the videos. So anyway, thank you so much for watching. Comment down below if you watched parts 1 and 2, and if you didn't, go watch those. I'll have them linked down below. But anyway, guys, have a great rest of your day, and
stay cozy.
Stay cozy. Bye, guys. This is part 3 of a 3-part series that we have under the playlist We're Not Going to Japan, and we are
it's 3. I want to do it slowly.
Okay, you're done. Stop it. Okay.